Hello, you lovely Hammers fans. It's Nick from Claret and Booze. I hope you're all well. I'm recording this at 10 past 11 at night because the temperature's come down to a really comfortable 28 degrees in me loft room. It's been about 50 up here, but I'm not going to keep complaining about the heat. It's all I ever do. It's nice and cool now anyway. Going to see all my hair, like I'm in a music video, flying all over the place. As always, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, as 63% of you have. But the others haven't. If you haven't, you probably don't realise that you have. Please check. It does help us. Numbers have been great. We're up to 660 new subscribers in the last 28 days now. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much. We're flying up. Thank you very much for jumping on board. And don't forget, most importantly, drop a like on the video. It does really help us. Going to talk about a lot today. Going to talk about a transfer that I don't think will happen, but it excited me nonetheless and opened my eyes to other possibilities. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Before I do, the petition. Thank you very much to everyone that's jumped on board. We've had about another 700 people that have signed the petition since what happened in midweek. So it's a big response. Thank you very much for everyone that has signed it, put the effort in, shared it on social media. Really appreciate it. It's given me a real big boost as well. And that's a good number now. We're at 5,274. Pretty soon. Might take another month, might take longer. We'll be at 10,000. 10,000 is a proper number. There are people out there at the minute, I've seen it, almost dismissing the petition and what it will do. They're the same people that got behind Hammers United and credited them for the great work that they did with the concessions petition, which got concessions reversed using the same platform. It's very disingenuous. There's a lot of ego. Please don't let it affect you or anything like that. It is frustrating that we can't all be aligned. When you look at the likes of myself and James, who have been, you know, in terms of YouTube, we've been enemies, but we haven't. We've put our differences aside and we've got together, and James has pushed this as well. It's been really good. It's a shame that not everyone can do that, you know. But it is what it is. They don't want to get involved. That is fine. I'm not going to push anyone else to get involved with it now. I'm just going to speak to you lovely people who it can be enough. We can do it ourselves. You can sign it. You can share it. We can get these numbers up, right? This is not a Claret and Booze petition. This is a West Ham petition. This is for us. This is to get those people out of that club. All right? So thank you again. Anyway, moving onwards. I said earlier on, didn't I? I said we have been linked with a player that I don't think we're going to get. I watched a video earlier on. David Luiz, the old Brazilian Aston Villa player who went to Juventus, got injured a bit, and now they want to get rid of him. He's 27. He's a top-class player. And it made me think, ooh, because I ain't going to talk about Mo in this one. It's done. He's gone to Spurs now. It's done. Finished. Got 50 million to spend. Let's think about how we're going to spend it. I don't think it's going to be on him. But imagine if we did. So you've seen the graphic. I'm not going to keep on putting it up. But from midfield onwards, Alvarez at the base. I wanted the magic triangle of Paqueta and Kudus. Well, Kudus is gone now. But you replace Kudus with this chap. It looks good all of a sudden, doesn't it? It looks bloody good. Honestly. Douglas Luiz and Paqueta in the middle. Brazilian duo with Alvarez behind them. Somerville on the left. Bowen on the right. Fulkrug down the middle. Not bad at all. Now, like I said, I don't think we're gonna get him. That's not saying that we're not interested in him or anything like that. I don't know. I just don't see, for me, looking at it objectively, how that player can go from Aston Villa, who are in the Champions League, to Juventus, who are in the Champions League, and then at the peak of his career, go into West Ham. I don't see how that can happen. If that did happen, I'd be very curious and quite excited, because that would mean, I'm assuming, that some promises would have been made to that player, i.e. a lot of players are staying and we're building. It's the only way. You know, you would have to, if we haven't got anything now, we'd have to believe in the ambition of the team. So it would really sort of spark a bit of interest in me if we got someone like him. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen. But we're also linked with the likes of McAtee. We're linked with the likes of Harvey Elliott as well. Again, I've said it until I'm blue in the face. I think we're going to struggle to get any of these players like that, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to. Doesn't mean that we're not going to. It's just looking like, yeah, we're struggling. West Ham are indeed struggling to get deals done for whatever reason. I don't think it is just money now, because I really thought that Diouf deal, I thought they had that lined up deep down, and they was going to announce it after what happened when Kudus went to Spurs, just to take the sting out of it a little bit. You know, we've taken away from you, but look, you got a shiny new player. But no, no. That should have been a relatively easy deal to get done as well. We've dealt with that club twice before with Soufal and Souček. We should have been able to get that deal done. Now, the reports that have come out today suggest that the club are still quietly confident that they can get the deal done. But when you look at it on the Prague side, it's not looking like the case. The chairman's a little bit miffed. He's talking to Monaco. There are social media posts with Diouf and players from Monaco, and I believe the club, where they're liking each other's posts and stuff like that. I think that's where he's going. So it looks like we've missed the boat on a player I know nothing about, but is apparently a critical player to what Potter wanted to do, which was go to his wing-back system. Be really upset if he can't go to his wing-back system. But no, look, if it was a player that Potter felt he needed, we should have gone and got it done. And what they're saying is we was only like 2 million, 3 million apart. This just says to me that Sullivan just didn't want to get the deal done. Because it's 3 million over 3 years or 5 years. It's a fucking £1 million he's got to put down now. It must be the case that he just doesn't want to get these deals done. Gonzo did a show earlier on, and he kind of alluded to the fact that McCauley's possibly being hung out to dry, which is what I think. You know, this is a man that has no experience in this side of the business in football in terms of negotiating with agents, with players, and closing deals. None. Zero experience whatsoever. But he's been trying. So he's been going out there, and I know he has as well. I've had it confirmed. He's really been trying. He's been trying to sort of go out there, get contacts, opening doors, set deals up with basically IOU notes. Say, I haven't got the mandate to give you any money because the boss won't give me the money yet, but we will be back. He's trying to get deals lined up. He's identifying them, trying to get them lined up. And ultimately, when it comes to signing them, he hands over to Sullivan and Brady, and he says, go and get that deal done. But he hasn't got a mandate to close any deals. He just hasn't, you know. They're holding the purse strings, so to speak. And that's where it's breaking down. So the worry is for a guy that is making his way in the world, in that side of the world, which is all about relationships, mind. Sullivan is not setting him up for success because he's looking like he's not to be taken seriously because of the club that he's working for at the minute. So we should be backing him. If we've got him in, we should be backing him to go out there and get these deals done and close them. You know, swing his dick a bit. We should be, but we're not. And that's not going to help us. It's not. Now, if I'm going to put my cynical hat on, is it all by design from Sullivan? Well, we will see. We'll see if it's all by design, because if it gets towards, I don't know, the next 3-4 weeks and no new players come in, all of a sudden, we're in Sullivan territory, aren't we? With Salthouse and Silkman, and then you will see players flying through the door. We've already spoken about Callum Wilson. Dominic Calvert-Lewin heavily linked. There was some stories today to say that we've even spoken and discussed terms with the player. We know that Brownhill hasn't found a club yet, but he's bought a place in Essex. Andy Carroll's just signed for Dagenham and Redbridge, by the way. I can see players like that starting to come in. I can. That's just where my mindset is at the moment with it. And I don't think I've got any reason to think otherwise, because they've not given us anything. Nothing at all. You know, every West Ham fan, there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, you're just being negative for the sake of it. Well, what are you talking about? No, you're being positive for the sake of it. What are you being positive about? All we've done is sold a top player after a crap season. 2 crap seasons. We've just sold a top player. We haven't replaced him. And we know that we're going to struggle next year unless this manager is backed, because I don't know. So there's a lot of people calling us toxic at the moment. Not a lot, because most people are on board with the same thing. Everyone is frustrated. How can you not be? But there seems to be a lot of people out there making a conscious decision to be positive, and that is absolutely fine. It is. If you want to be positive, that's fine. But in your positivity, which is false, don't then criticise people that are basically just being real and speaking how things are, rather than gaslighting. So be positive, but don't slag people off for being genuine, is what I'm saying. Because there is such a thing called toxic positivity. I'm going to read this out to you. This is a definition from ChatGPT. So, toxic positivity in a football fan sense. It refers to the relentless insistence on being optimistic and supportive, no matter how bad things are, while dismissing or shutting down legitimate criticism, concern, or frustration from other fans. In a footballing context, it might look like blind support for the manager or owners, even when results are consistently poor, performances lack effort, or decisions harm the club long term. Labelling critical fans as fake or plastic simply because they voice concerns or demand better standards. Suppressing tough conversations about the direction of the club, insisting, just get behind the team and be positive. It's the only acceptable view. Pretending everything is fine, even when form, tactics, morale, or ambition clearly ain't fine. Essentially, toxic positivity in football creates a culture where honest, passionate critique is seen as disloyalty, where real problems are glossed over in the name of being positive, where it becomes taboo to hold the club accountable. We don't need this. We don't. And we're not doing this on Claret and Booze anyway. That's why we are driving this West Ham fan petition to get these people out of this club, of which the numbers are climbing. And I'm very, very proud of that. So we're not sitting on our hands. We're not burying our head in the sand. We're not doing it. We're just not. If you don't like it, cry me a fucking river. All right? It's fine. Like I said, if you want to be that way, that is entirely up to you. And if you want to criticise people that are at least trying to do something, again, very arrogant, very condescending, but that's down to you. Or if you just don't want to sign it, don't sign it. But don't criticise people for actually trying to do something. We're trying. We're trying. You know, like I've said before, people say, what's it going to do? What do you mean, what's it going to do? What are we trying to do here? We're trying to show that we're united as a fan base, first and foremost, in a fractured fan base. So first of all, if you can get 5, 10, 15, 20, 30,000 signatures for a single common cause for the West Ham fan base, it shows that we're finally united towards a common goal. That's powerful. The media pick it up all of a sudden. Sullivan doesn't like it. Also, that means that, hang on a minute, there's a lot of people behind this now. We can start organising protests. Proper ones. So you talk about where can it go? That's where it can go. At the moment, the numbers are too low. They are. And like I've said earlier on, when you look at what Hammers United done, that great work that they did, not just with the petition, but with everything else that they've done in getting those 20,000 signatures, who also support this, by the way. They, you know, we had Paul Coburn when we did the 24-hour show, Bill Gardner, Nigel Khan. There's a lot of people that support this. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So like I said, people that want to help, please do. The tagline's bsout.co.uk. I don't own it. Just take it. Make up leaflets, social media posts. Run with it. Make it your own. Just the whole idea of this is that the West Ham community spread this. Spread the word. We'll get it done. And you know what? Ultimately, we get these people out. But the good thing is that we fight back rather than just doing nothing. Because if we do nothing, as Alan said over the weekend, and then we wait until 10 games into the season when all of our players have been sold, and then people decide it's time to be negative after months and months of fake, false, predetermined positivity. Because that's what it is. I'm deciding I'm going to be positive now. It's not real. It's fake. That's fake. So that doesn't help anyone. It doesn't. What is going to help us is getting the numbers up on that petition and getting these people out of there. That's what's going to help. So thank you, everyone, for jumping on board. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and that's it from me. We're going to be back later on tonight for a live show. So I'm going to go to bed now. You enjoy your breakfast. And I'll speak to you soon. Come on, you wines.